Welcome to She Speaks by Atleta Filipina, our conversations with Filipina champions, co-presented by Medical Advance, para sa dysmenorrhea na malala, lala to wala in as fast as 5 minutes. We want to have candid conversations with our Filipina athletes on their struggles, wins, and secrets to excellence to inspire everyone to push limits, rise stronger, and win their own battles in life. I'm Bigo, your host. And to introduce the guest for today's episode, she is the middle blocker of Alas Pilipinas national team. She rose to fame when she played for Ateneo de Manila University in the UAAP and won 2 championships with them. Professionally, she plays for the Choco Mucho Flying Titans in the PVL, and last year she had a stint at the Japan V-League with the Kurobe Aqua Fairies. Welcome, Maddie Madayag. Hi, Maddie.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thanks also for joining us on this episode. And in Atleta Filipina, she's oh my gosh, you have a dog. Hi.
Yeah, kinukulit niya ako.
So we have another guest for today's episode. What is the name of our friend here?
Jordan?
Yeah, hi Jordan. You're not saying hi back, but it's okay. Like, we just want to have candid conversations with our Filipina athletes and their pets na rin. Yes. And also, in She Speaks by Atleta Filipina, we start the podcast with a very uplifting question. So, my question for you is, last year, when you were playing with the Kurobe Aqua Fairies, is there any place that you would recommend, like whether it's somewhere to go or a dish that is not so popular but is a must-try for us?
Oh my. So when I was in Japan, I rarely eat the food that we always eat here when we eat in Japanese restaurants. I always eat parang their authentic ano talaga, like Japanese food. So yung mga udon and like dishes that they don't really serve sa restaurants. I forgot the term. Basta it's like, guys, just live in Japan. That's all I can say. Kasi I don't know I forgot the name of the dish there, but it was really good. But besides that, I think you guys should visit Kanazawa in winter. They have this like, I'm not sure, sana tama tong sinasabi ko. They have this ice wall na where you can visit. Like, as in, wall talaga siya na puro ice. And a lot of tourists go there pag winter kasi it's like a tourist destination. Teka nga lang, I think, I wanna confirm if totoo ba yung sinasabi mo.
Yes.
But yeah, you guys search just the Great Wall of Ice or something.
Oo. Pag may Great Wall of China, yung Beijing, meron naman sa Japan, Great Wall of Ice. Ang galing. And I feel like, parang Eskimo ka dun.
Yeah, but it's really cold and it was my first time experiencing snow and living alone, so it was a good experience.
All right. So I guess we'll talk more about that later. And and She Speaks, we also want to highlight your journey from like to becoming a professional volleyball player. And I know, Maddie, that you started out also like just you're from Davao also, and then you were playing volleyball then. So can you talk about your journey from being a Davao and a volleyball player to playing for the Philippines' biggest collegiate league?
So I never expected that I'll be playing volleyball even in my collegiate career. I think it just came, the opportunity just came, and thankfully I grabbed it kasi it gave me so many opportunities and ang dami kong, I feel like it really helped me develop my personality also. So yeah, I was very grateful for that experience, and ang grabe lang din looking back right now. Ang grabe din yung blessings ni Lord na I even reached the biggest stage in volleyball sa Japan, in Asia, sorry. So ayun, I'm just very grateful for my experiences.
Wow. Sige, like, medyo himayin din natin yung journey mo because, like, syempre,
Sige.
like, also in this podcast, we want to inspire young girls to kind of, like, know how you did it or, like, what were the kinds of opportunities that opened up for you and how they opened up. So, when you were in Davao, how were you recruited to play for Ateneo?
Okay, so this is a long story.
Okay lang, we have
um,
time.
so in my third year in high school, there was this sports camp. Like a lot of coaches, I think from Manila, flew to Davao to hold the sports camp na syempre kami as para mga bata na mahilig sa sports, we were really enticed to join. Tapos, ayun, we had some drills and everything and I think the coaches there noticed na athletic ako. So, when I was in my fourth year, this guy, the one of the coaches that flew in, contacted Coach Coach Sherwin Malonzo,
Yes.
who used to work for Ateneo, na pare baka may gusto kayong i-recruit na volleyball player, matangkad siya and athletic. But at the same time, my mom's brother, my uncle, also contacted Coach Sherwin kasi they got to know each other since my uncle also played in Ateneo de Manila. So, parang mga small world lang siya. And at that time, Coach Sherwin didn't know na ako pala, it was me. It was the same person they were talking about. So, parang sabi ng uncle ko, para baka gusto mo panoorin din yung yung pamangkin ko kasi matangkad siya. She has potential, ganon. And Coach Sherwin went, and then he was like, oh, sakto. Tamang-tama kasi pupunta kami sa Davao, may titingnan kami. Tapos ending ako lang pa rin pala yun. So, I think it was like God's plan talaga. And ayun, they recruited me and I started my first year with Coach Tai and it was an experience. Kasi grabe din yung from 0 to 100 real quick na, di ba, they were looking for back-to-back since they won in season 76. I entered season 77. So, medyo pressuring kasi it was my first year and I was very culture shocked pa. And ang daming, basta parang, ang hirap himay-himayin, basta na-culture shock talaga ako kasi sa training pa lang, it was really different. Intensity-wise, very talaga, na pinupush ka talaga nila. Samantala sa high school, parang relax ka lang kasi you don't really focus on that. Eh, di ba pag nasa UAP, grabe yung school pride. So, ayun.
Yeah, that was really amazing. And I do remember covering you at Ateneo Lady Eagles under Coach Tai. Grabe
Yes.
talaga yung training. Like, we hear about how you guys really get pushed talaga, diba? Pero at the same
Literal
time,
blood, sweat, and tears.
yun talaga, parang yun yung mantra nga eh.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also for those girls naman who are in high school in the provinces, what advice would you have given them naman? Like if they also dreamed of competing in the UAAP?
But I think a lot of teams are recruiting players from provinces already kasi they know there's potential. It's just that the grassroots are very different pa talaga. So I think first of all, in terms of like how we want to grow the sport, I think we have to focus on our grassroots. So I think we have to, like, everybody, all the coaches, I think in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao has to come together and really talk about how we want to uplift the volleyball community. But yeah, I think as a provinciana, all you have to do is just work hard and trust the process. Kasi kahit na sinabi ko literal blood, sweat, and tears yung pinagdaanan ko with Coach Tai. And in my college, I think that's what helped me find myself and parang help me grow as a player din.
Yeah, like if we're able to lift up and improve our grassroots, baka mabawasan din yung pagka-culture shock din sa
Yeah,
type of
exactly.
training that they get here in Metro Manila. And
Yeah.
also you talked about how like even being a professional volleyball player was so unexpected for you. So like did you already plans on doing something else ba? Like while you were in college? Kasi wala pa yung ganitong opportunities that you have now.
Well, when I was in college, dun ko lang din nakita, na-discover na may mga PSL, mga PVL pa nung, sorry, Shakey's V-League pa ata nung time
Yeah.
na yon. And um, I fell in love with the sport naman din. So I think when I was in college, I already knew I wanted to play after I graduate. So that's
Ah,
how I like, yeah, I really fell in love with the sport. Kahit na it's a love-hate relationship, but yeah.
yeah. And then like how was that transition naman from being like and you also ended your UAP pala with another championship, diba? So how was that
Yeah.
transition from the UAP naman to the PVL?
Well, it was very promising kasi ayun na nga, we won the championship, and I think the core, me, Kat, Bea, and Kim Gakiliana, joined the same team, which was Choco Mucho, and si Coach Oliver pa yung head coach nun. So we had high hopes talaga. But then the pandemic came, and I think it was very difficult, not just for Choco Mucho, but for all the teams to find time to practice. Mabot sa point na nagzo-Zoom meeting na lang kami para like parang puro skill training siya. But ayun, pinush pa rin namin sa sarili namin, and looking back, it was just um I think it goes to show how resilient people are. Like no how many times no matter how many times you push them down, they're just gonna find ways to get back up. Parang ang dami lang mahanap na paraan just to do what we love to do. And
Yeah.
yeah, so parang iba din yung naging transition na parang siyang naging from we were so excited to play for professionally, and then biglang nag-pandemic, but then now we're back to normal, so just like you really have to embrace the journey kasi you never know what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, and I think all of you came back stronger kasi you came back, parang it was a unified PVL din. And then parang
Yeah.
a lot of you guys were able to get more opportunities. Like si Gia, then she went abroad. And you also got to
Yeah,
play in the Japan V-League. So how did that opportunity come naman, yung sa Japan V-League?
I did not expect that to happen. So parang yung mga opportunities na dumating sa akin, I feel like it was just God's plan, and it was His way of telling me na okay, you're already comfortable in where you are. I think you need to go out of your comfort zone and experience something different um to discover more of yourself. Kasi when I was in Japan, it was really humbling. Kasi dito sa Manila, parang okay, sige, professional na kami, parang ang dami na namin nakalaban pero paulit-ulit lang din. Kasi, di ba, parang we don't get that much exposure unless it's like reinforced conference, which we get one foreign player per team, or like sa invitationals when we invite a team or two to join the PVL. But basically, that's it. But in Japan talaga, it was like a totally different chapter for my volleyball career kasi one, I was alone. I didn't have anyone to go to. I was living alone and far away from the Philippines. Tapos, I'm with different teammates who spoke different languages. I had a Japanese, a Dutch, a German, and an American teammate. Tapos, yung coach din, very different. And the culture itself is just like very different from the Philippines. Tapos, when we played naman, it ano siya, it was not the same. Kasi 'di ba sa PVL daming hiyawan, ang daming ano, but in Japan, like, you know how they respect everything, they're very quiet, they're very particular with silence. So pagdating sa games, you don't really hear that much shouting during the rallies. It's just like, you know, the clappers, the balloon na ginagano nila. May mga ganun lang silang dala, tapos pag after ng point, ganun lang. And then mag-cheer, but it's not your typical PVL venue or UAAP and say it's different. But it was really humbling to see na okay, this is a different side of volleyball. Um, a higher level definitely, but it's something that I learned to embrace and go through along the way.
Yeah, and paano yung communication since you said that all of you guys are from different nations and you speak
Yeah.
different languages?
Well, good thing we have a translator. Tapos yung mga foreign teammates ko naman, marunong din naman sila mag-English. So English was our um, first language there. Tapos yung interpreter namin, she helped us um, learn a few Japanese phrases and words. So ayun.
Yeah, parang your journey has been like a lot of culture shocks, di ba? Yung parang from
Yeah.
the province to Manila, then from Manila to Japan naman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in terms of their work
Iba-iba
ethic,
rin.
was it different as well?
Yeah, definitely. In terms of work ethic, parang pag after practices, mag-extra pa sila, mga individuals nila. So parang alam mo yun, yung pagod ka na, but you still see your teammates doing extra work. I mean, you guys all did the same things in practices, but at the end, after practice, mag-workout pa sila extra. So parang yung ganong mentality, ito's literal volleyball is life. As in, sometimes, but I think that's also one thing we shared with them na parang life is not just about volleyball. It's also about having friends, getting to know them, di ba? Kasi yung mga Japanese teammates namin, as in after practice, mag-view sila agad. Meron kasi kaming videos, like video nila yung practices namin. So after practice, that's all they do while eating. They'd watch and ano. And I appreciate that part kasi we also learned how to be more particular with our movements, be more strict, be more like, okay, sige, next time we will do this, ganyan. But at the same time, we also shared with them na, okay, we know you guys love the sport, but you also have to learn how to parang makihalubilo with other people ba? So, yeah.
Ah, I see. So parang both of you, both nationalities and even like the others were kind of naging good influence kayo to each other
Yeah.
then. Oh, that's really nice. What were your biggest
Mhm.
takeaways naman from that stint?
My biggest takeaway, I think it was like my personal development. And also be more thankful for all the opportunities. Kasi the first time I got there, I was like, okay, I didn't know living the dream would be so lonely. It would be so hard. Kasi I was alone and I would be so sad kasi parang syempre, ang tahimik ng lugar. I was in the province din kasi in Japan. It was provincial area. So, I was also lonely there. Parang bumalik ako nung first year college. So, um, ayun, I learned to enjoy my own time. Well, I always enjoy my own time, but like that time was just really different. Parang I was literally living alone. I go to the grocery and cook my food for the week. Parang nagbi-meal prep na ako. But yeah, the nature was very, nakakakalma kasi we experienced winter, fall, a little bit of spring before I went home. And ayun, it was very, very humbling to say the least. Ang dami ko lang ding na-experience na hindi ko pa na-experience dito sa Pilipinas.
Yeah, and also a part of being an overseas Filipina volleyball player is that a lot of your teammates for sure have not met Filipinos also, 'di ba? So how did you represent or carry the country naman like as a professional volleyball player there?
Well, actually, I was not the first Filipina to play for Kurobe.
Oh.
Ate Din Santiago played there before the pandemic started.
Oh,
So
nice.
there were two players who still played before na naabutan ko.
Mm-mm.
So I was like, oh, Din, my teammate now, my teammate now. So parang nagkaroon din kami ng common friend through Ate Din. And one thing they really liked was the dried mangoes. Kasi when my family flew to Japan, I asked them to bring dried mangoes, and they really loved it. As in, sabi na mecha oishi. That means really good. And I was like, oh, okay, more. I have more. So I just gave them, and then ayun, I also shared Choco Mucho with them, and they said it was really good. So ayun.
Oo, 'pag sa Japan, they actually appreciate yung mga pasalubong. It's part of their culture
Yeah.
din kasi. Oo.
But I think they have a sweet tooth. They really like sweets. And if you go to their konbini, you really see a lot of candies. And for some reason, it's weird kasi even though they like sweets, they're also healthy. Like yung build nila, they're just like, wow, that's interesting. Kasi dito, pag sobrang daming sweets, di ba, parang konting lolobo ka din. But there, it's just amazing. What do you do
Yeah.
with your sugar?
Galing ng diet
But yeah,
nila.
yeah,
Yeah, and maybe it's also because of the public transportation, yung walking din,
yeah,
like
the
they are able,
walking for sure.
they're able to
Well, they
live a
are a
healthy.
first world country, so
Yes. Oo, it's okay. Like in the future, aabot din tayo and we believe and pray for that. And then,
lalaban tayo.
so here in Cheese Weeks by Atleta Filipina, we celebrate the victories of our Filipina athletes. And so I just wanted to ask, like, what was a major battle you faced in your volleyball career and how did you overcome it?
For me was when I tore my ACL noong 2016 and the second one noong 2021 right after COVID. So I feel like for me, mas masakit yung 2021, the second ACL. Parang mas grabe yung ano ko nun, parang iyak ko nun. Kasi, of course, I tore my ACL the first time. So I knew I didn't want it to happen again. But then, so I mean, I did everything I could, lalo na nung pandemic. Nag-double time ako sa workouts ko and everything just so I wouldn't experience that again. As in, nagpalakas ako. Ako yung pinaka-condition sa team nung time na yon. But then, ayun, na-ACL pa rin ako. So it was very heartbreaking for me because I did everything in my power to, like, to be fit. And, ayun, nangyari pa rin. But I guess, God has a reason for everything and he wouldn't put you in a situation that he knows you can't handle. So I feel like I just accepted it and learned what I could through my recovery and it was very I was very grateful for it, I think, kasi ang dami ko ring time. Nagkaroon ako ng time to have new friends, to go out, which I don't have because of volleyball. Kasi pagod after training and you cancel your plans with your friends just so you can training because that's your job and you can't always leave your job, diba? So ayun, I was very grateful. I got to spend more time with my family. And I think that was also a time where I reconnected with God because I think that's also one of the not naman one of the reasons, but like maybe that happened to me so I could be closer to him. Mga ganun. Yeah.
Yeah, he really provides everything kasi din for
Mm-hmm.
us. Ayun. And also like as you said that ang dami rin naging trade-offs kasi like being an athlete and then parang I'm sure that like in those seasons ang dami mong na take away din. How are you able to impact people naman around you with your journey?
Well, I also look up to Kat Tolentino because she's been through 3 ACL tears, and right now in her professional career, she's had a lot of ups and downs na gaganda yung performance niya tapos biglang something's gonna happen to her. And but finally she's back. Yesterday we had a game against Capital One and we won. And she got the player of the game award, and we were so very happy for her because she deserves it. So yeah, I also look up to Kat kasi going through what she did, personally, I don't think I'd be able to handle it, Parang feeling ko magka-quit na lang ako. Parang ano bang gusto mo mangyari sa akin if ako pinagdaanan ko yung pinagdaanan niya. So like, yeah, I think she's also one of the people that inspires me to push myself harder and get back up every time I trip or something. So I think ako rin personally, I want to inspire people who've been through rough situations na you can still come back from a very hard place, from a very low place. So yeah.
Yeah, like for both of you to be able to play at your best pa rin despite having surgeries and multiple injuries then like it's really inspiring kasi it's so hard, it's so easy to give up. Like it's so easy to for many people to give up and not see like the future, parang what's possible then. Pero you guys being here make people think that yes, it's possible kasi kaya naman ni Maddie, kaya di Kat. Ayun. So thank you for sharing your journey then here. And I guess like kasi nasa topic tayo sa injuries and what kind of support kaya is needed for athletes who go through these?
Personally, I appreciate when other athletes try to encourage me or comfort me, but also my family has been there for me ever since, and I feel like with their help and their company, mas napalakas yung loob kong bumalik kasi sila pa kaya na kilala ako since bata ako, naniniwala sa akin. What more na lang yung mga ibang tao na hindi pa ako kilala, tas mababaw pa lang yung nakikita nila. Yung family ko, kahit ano bang dugyot man ako or freshman, kilala na nila ako, 'di ba? So, ayun, it was very um it gives me more confidence na andun yung family ko to support me and my friends.
Yeah, you need their faith also to build you up talaga.
Kasi physically, I think the physical part is the easiest to overcome, to recover from. But like the mental part, that's a different thing. Kasi I think that's what you have to train for. Because I think some athletes are still like, it's really hard to go back to your normal game once you have experienced something so traumatizing. And ayun, I feel like it's hard to say, oh, kaya mo yan, but like you've never been through the same thing, diba? So I think having people surround you who've been through the same thing, like let's say si Kat, and ayun, so parang yun nga, mas nakaka-motivate siya na okay, she was able to do this and I think I can too. So ayun.
Ang galing. Like God even provides like the people that you surround yourself with then.
Yeah, sometimes you just don't see it, but looking back, that's his way of showing na hindi kita pababayaan.
Ang galing. And as you said that a lot of athletes need more mental health support, especially in recovering from injuries, getting back into the game. For women's volleyball naman, like the league and yung ibang teams, have they grown also in providing mental health support for their athletes?
I'd say so. Yeah. I feel like the volleyball community is still so small here in the Philippines that almost everybody knows each other. Na parang example, let's say nasa official lab ako, or I'd see some people who are recovering from an injury, tas ayun, magkakamustahan kami, o ganyan-ganyan. Paano mo to na-overcome? Ganyan, hindi, kaya mo yan. Sipagan mo lang, babalik lang din yan. Yung mga ganun. So like, as in parang nafe-feel ko lang talaga na nagtutulungan kami.
Oh, that's nice. Like even in the fish show, no?
Dysmenorrhea? Ang pain na malala, mawawala with Medical Advance 400. Lala?
Wala.
Unilab yan.
And also like I guess like the women's volleyball, it, as you said na it's still small pero it has grown din in many areas. And another is in terms of yung respect and media coverage of our women's volleyball players. Do you think that we have improved in that area na?
What do you mean by the...
Yung sa like in terms of media coverage na we're really covering like our women's volleyball players not just based on physical appearances, but it's already because of our yung excellence ninyo, and then like your like how good you are in the sport.
So yeah, I feel like in my first few years in college, medyo naabutan ko pa yung mga parts sa media na, okay, let's interview her kasi may itsura siya. Yung mga ganon. But I feel like media has also evolved and learned to appreciate women in sports in general. So I feel like when we come to interviews, also parang hinihimay-himay din kasi yung experiences mo. So they try to get to know you na, and parang know how your brain works, mga ganon, and how your work ethic, yung ganon. So I think it's also evolved in a good way.
Yeah, and that's how you really are able to portray like what's important to athletes din, diba?
Yes.
And then, as you said, we already dabbed on it a little bit when you talked about grassroots. But how can Philippine women's volleyball become world class and competitive, especially na nakapag Japan V League ka rin, diba?
Well, I feel like it's just the exposure. It's been growing naman din. I think yung mga how coaches think din na okay, sige, we have to tweak some things a little bit, but there are things that we have to do out of our comfort zone that feels very uncomfortable, or sometimes it doesn't feel right at first, but as long as we keep doing it, with the right backup, with the right research and background check, I think aayos din naman yung programa natin as long as nagsasama-sama tayo. So, yeah.
Yeah, like the evolution of coaching, I'm sure like that has really evolved rapidly then over the years. And yun, like you're also back in the national team with Alas Pilipinas. So how has it been so far competing again for the flag and country?
It's been five years since I last played for the national team. It was in 2019 when the SEA Games was held here in Manila. And ang dami lang nangyari. That's why I wasn't able to join the national team. But I'm so grateful that they invited me again. And I was able to experience another foreign coach. Ang dami ko lang ding natutunan. Kasi, syempre, coming from a foreign coach, ang dami niya ring in Brazil pa, and he's an Olympian. Ang dami niyang, si Coach George, ang dami niyang nabigay sa amin as a team. And it's just so inspiring to see na people like him want to help us. Diba? So, it goes to show na the potential we have as long as we just keep working on it.
Yeah, and in the last 2 years, there's now new leagues for Southeast Asia, like the V Cup, the Southeast Asian V League. Like, how has your experience been naman there? And it seems like parang Southeast Asia as a whole is also growing in women's volleyball.
Yeah, so ang grabe din yung labanan namin nung VTV at saka nung CV League. But I feel like at the end of the day, we're just happy that we're trying to uplift the sport in Southeast Asia. And hopefully soon there's also ABC Asian Volleyball Cup or a Asian Volleyball Nations Cup or something. But yeah, and those leagues help us gain more experience and exposure, which will hopefully lead us to the next level.
Yeah, so with the SEA Games coming in December, do you think that the Philippines has a chance na makipaglaban talaga given all yung naging practice nyo and all in the other V Leagues and V Cups?
um, from last year's team to this year, I can really see the growth. And this year, mas tumagal yung training namin, which we see a lot of progress. Kasi as long as we keep on training together, sobrang mabilis hindi naman mabilis, but sobrang maganda yung mangyayari for the team. And it also helped that we have a pool. So parang ang daming options din ng coaches to see who matches better with who. And, parang pakikita din namin yung pag-gel ng team. So I'd like to say that we have a chance for the SEA Games and we are really working hard for it and we are very hopeful. So we really need your full support and just keep praying for our team and ayun, we promise to give you a good fight.
Yes, I love it. Like I'm sure like a lot of people in our communities will really tune into the SEA Games and cheer for Alas Pilipinas. Ayun. So thank you, Maddie. So we are now moving on to the Atleta Filipina Rapid Fire. So in this box there are random questions which I will pick out and then you just have to answer as fast as possible. Like what's on top of your head. Ganon. Ready ka na? Parang hindi ka ready, pero ready ka na eh. Ready ka na for sure.
Parang fast boy Apunda.
Oo, ganun siya. Okay, so first question. Oh, what's one resource or support that women athletes in the Philippines still don't have enough of?
I think more training facilities.
All right. Yeah, for across all sports, for sure. And then the second one, what's one thing you wish more people understood about women's sports in the Philippines?
We work just as hard as the men's.
Exactly. Same effort. And then, what's the name of your doggy again?
Gordon.
Gordon agrees.
I was wearing the AirPods. So now if you call his name, he's gonna look at you.
Oh my gosh, ang bait naman niya. He responds. Ayan, okay. This question. Finish this sentence. 10 years from now, I hope women's sports in the Philippines blank.
I hope women's sports in the Philippines can join the big stage in the world, which is like the VNL, the World Championship, which we will have in 2029. So
Oh my gosh. That's in 4 years. Kaya yan. All right. Okay. 2 more questions. So, I hear. Would you rather win a championship or inspire millions of young girls to play sports?
Grabe naman yung
Hirap!
Pwede bang if you win a championship, you inspire more people to play?
Oo, so na lang, domino effect na lang.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, sige, the last question. Hirap na to. Okay, ayun. What's the most underrated form of self-care for athletes?
Self-love.
Love?
Yeah, self-love.
Aw, self-love.
Yeah, because people keep inspiring others, and they sometimes they tend to forget that to inspire themselves.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Parang before you pour out, you also have to have your cup full.
Yes.
All right. Okay. So thank you, Maddie, for participating in our Atleta Filipina Rapid Fire. And to wrap up the episode, can you share an encouragement to our listeners and viewers?
A message. Okay. Women lang ba? Women's lang? Or
No,
hindi naman?
like, and everyone naman.
Sige, these are for the kids or like whoever's watching. My message is for anyone who wants to try on any sport they want, just go, don't hesitate, and just keep trying until you reach it. Kasi getting an A in school is never easy. You really have to work for it. You have to study. So it goes the same for any sport. You just have to keep on training and keep on showing up. Yeah.
Aw, thanks, Maddie. Ako na-inspired din ako doon. Yeah, and to all our listeners and viewers, thank you for tuning in and follow us at Atleta Filipina on our social media accounts to catch more She Speaks episodes and other features about our Filipina athletes. Again, this season is co-presented by Medical Advance para sa dysmenorrhea na malala, lala to wala in as fast as 5 minutes. I'm Bigo, your host. Thank you for tuning in. Bye! Wait, bye, Gordon!